Gerhard Bloom here, looking at the tyranny and the delusions of the social justice movement. So increasingly, Christianity is being attacked by militant leftist zealots. They are attempting to replace Christianity, the bedrock of Western civilization, with a poisonous religion replacing religion. This is a religion. This is how they can perform the miracle of male birth, right? Men giving birth. This is a secular miracle. Nobody but a deluded ideologue could pretend to accept such nonsense. And they want to militantly coerce you into pretending you accept that nonsense. Here, there's a prescient example when I go further from the Bible. Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravenous wolves. You will know them by their fruits. This is the new racism, right? Critical race theory, dividing people along racial grounds. They want me to judge other people by the color of their skin. I refuse. I absolutely refuse. Non-binary? It's an impossibility. We are a dimorphic species. There's males and there's females. There's no third option. Although we're tolerant enough in this society to politely play along in the fiction of this transgender business. I will politely play along as long as the appropriate gender spaces are respected. You got a male package, you're a male. Into the men's shower room you go, or the male prison. Right? You got a little box, the ladies' room, and a woman's prison. Doesn't matter what you define yourself as. It's a fiction, and courtesy and compassion have its limits. There's public interest and public safety at stake here. Now consider, and this is the parable of the Good Samaritan gone slightly awry. So a young man in upstate New York found himself in a terrible winter storm. He went out to rescue a trapped friend who was stranded, calling for help. This young man gets in his truck, sets out to help him. Ironically, his friend gets rescued before this young man gets to him, but he himself gets trapped. He later gives shelter to another man and an elderly woman, gives shelter to them in his truck. He's running out of fuel, and he's justifiably fearing death. He knocked on the door of about a dozen people seeking shelter. He offered them $500. Each time, this man was turned away. And the occupants, they absolutely had to know this could be a death sentence. A death sentence turned him away. And our hero, and yes, this man is a hero, Jay Withy, I hope I'm not mispronouncing his name, noticed that there was a school in the vicinity. He broke in, saving the lives of himself and his two companions. He then went out into the storm and shepherded in others, no doubt saving the lives of about 24 people, black and white. See, he doesn't judge people on the basis of their skin color either. And this is no exaggeration. 39 people died in this storm. So he definitely saved multiple lives, if not all of those lives. And is it an accident or coincidence that this young man defines himself as a religious person? He was following the message that's in the parable of the Good Samaritan. I recall an excellent book on the Holocaust, and sorry, the name escapes me. At any rate, this historian notes that yes, many Christians turned their backs on Jews trying to hide from the murderous tyranny of that Nazi regime. But, and this is an important but, of the people who did risk their lives to shelter Jews, Christians were overrepresented, well overrepresented. Now, this social justice ideology, this cultural Marxist ideology, they are trying to just utterly tear down the foundations of Western civilization and its Judeo-Christian roots. And there is zero doubt that Western civilization is founded on Judeo-Christian morality. And me, am I an ideological zealot for Christianity? No. I came this the hard way. I was an atheist virtually my entire adult life until I started writing my book, Deconstructing Social Justice. And I realized that you don't have the peace and stability and the human rights, individual rights, without these Judeo-Christian ethical commitments. The dignity of the individual is founded in no other place than in the Bible. I define myself as a Judeo-Christian agnostic. I accept that Judeo-Christian moral worldview, and it is the foundation of Western civilization. And we see with the experiments of atheistic religion replacing ideology, fascism and communism, the individual meant absolutely nothing. It was to history and humanity that fascism for the Nazis were the German race, right? It was to the German people that Hitler had a duty. Other people meant absolutely nothing. And for communists, history and humanity, the individual, millions were sacrificed on the altar of this ideology. And the utopia, it never arrived. I hope you will check out my book, Deconstructing Social Justice. It's available on Amazon. Not important because I wrote it. I wrote it because the issues could not be more important. And yes, I bring the receipts. Plenty of receipts. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Bye-bye.